Welcome to No Stats, what we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one.
Back again, good brother. And before we jump in, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the routine by now. Ring that bell so y'all can stay alert with all the videos that me and Peach drop. Right? Tell a friend to subscribe. Tell a friend to comment. You know we appreciate all comments, good, bad, ugly. We say it every episode, so just to get it through, so y'all understand. No matter what the comment is, we ain't emotional men
We
over
ain't
here.
ducking no
We
wreck,
take it all.
man.
Yeah, we ain't ducking no wreck.
Ducking
We
no wreck.
we want them all. So let us know. Let us know how y'all feel about the video, about the content. Let's talk sports. You know what I mean? That's what we're here to do. So keep doing y'all thing. We're gonna keep doing ours, right? Peace. Love is love.
Love is love. Keep doing the usual. The usual.
Watch the handle, it takes skill. We gotta run it back. We in the field, and you said it Jason Jack. You in your field, we looking for the facts. Let's keep it real, yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats.
Bad, man.
What's
We
going
wouldn't
on?
be no stats, man, if we didn't, throw our little NBA segment in there, man. I know we're right in the heart of football season, but um, you know, basketball is our first love, man. But I
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit about Team USA, who kind of underachieved this year at the World Cup. I know we already qualified for the Olympics in 2024, but um, I was definitely expecting this team to walk home with gold from the World Cup. But you seen the loss to Germany, and I think they lost that last game to Canada. When Shea Gilgeous-Alexander played big down the stretch, they lost to Canada,
No, it
right?
was Lithuania.
Lithuania. I'm thinking about another. I was reading something up with Shea Gilgeous, but
Mhm.
um, like I was saying, this Team USA team kind of underperformed. I think they had a lot of guys out there that wasn't Team USA pedigree, and I don't mean that to degrade any names, but I kind of think they could have had more big name guys, more star powered guys on this roster. Um, but they were fun to watch. They were exciting. Certain gems that I took from this. I love Paulo being on this team. How he could carry that over into his sophomore year for the Orlando Magic. A guy like Austin Reeves. Who's gonna be the solidified number three option on this Lakers team, and gonna have some nights where he's gonna have to be the number two guy, and he's gonna have to bring this Lakers team home to victory sometimes. But I was loving those intangibles, and you look at Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges, who um both were come from the same college, but both was under the spotlight of other stars, and now they have the keys to their own organizations. So now with you got those guys in the focal point leading Team USA. So it was a lot of bright spots on this team. A guy like Anthony Edwards, who I think is going to have a monster season next year, from the way he played for Team USA this year. But like I said, a lot of bright points, but still underachieved, still didn't, come out on top like they wanted to be. But I could ramble on and on. I want to hear some of your thoughts on what you've seen from this Team USA team, and were there any surprises from you, and just your overall take on how they did this year?
Um, this is a point, right, that I was thinking about was just like a week ago or a couple days ago, and I've kind of not forgot it, but how you start thinking about something and it kind of escapes you. But now
Mm-hmm.
it's like coming back at as you bring this topic up, and I think the problem with USA basketball, and I know we're going to get into this, but there's been rumors about LeBron and Curry and those guys coming back in, to represent USA in the World Cup. I think the problem with basketball and the NBA and the USA players is AAU. Now, hear me out. I think when they play, AAU is such a big thing, and a lot of these young guys play AAU, and the way it was orchestrated when we were growing up, and when they, even a little bit after us, because a lot of these guys are younger than us, were
Mm-hmm.
growing up. I think it was a lot of just put talent on the team, and talent is just going to win, right? And I think a lot of that translates to the NBA today, and a lot of these coaches can't really coach these players, which is why I think we'll struggle to see some of these younger guys that aren't international players win NBA championships. I think that reflects back to AAU because, like I said, it's just talent, right? You basically playing pickup with talent, and we got better players, so we're gonna win, and that doesn't always work. And the problem with that is the rest of the world is catching up talent wise. But they also know how to play basketball. They understand the fundamentals. They understand how to play as a team. It's not just best players on the team and let's just outplay you, right? And they also play more physical brand of basketball, and you're working on their rules. So I think AAU is AAU, right? It's a good spot for exposure for kids. I know it helped me out a little bit, but I think it kind of is watered down a little bit, right? Where you kind of forget the aspects of team basketball. College kind of brings it back when you get into college. High school doesn't really either. It's really just go out and, well, we got a guy, you're the guy.
Especially if you the man. Yeah, if you the
That's
guy,
what I'm
you
saying.
getting all the shots and all the
right. And
plays.
College kind of does it, but these guys are staying for 1 year. So then it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guys now have a route through the G League, Ignite, and stuff like that, which also takes that team part out of it. So I think the focus on team basketball, right, and everyone understanding their role and working together doing a similar role, and for one goal, is diminishing. And I think that's why we've seen the Warriors, the Lakers win in recent year, Kawhi with the Raptors, and then the overseas players, Giannis and Jokic. Right? And I think I don't even know if a young guy can win it this year. I mean, the experience with Jason Tatum, I know Boston's the favorite, and they got a lot of great talent over there. But that's my 2 cents. That's my take. I think AAU basketball has had an effect on the NBA, and especially an effect on USA basketball because these guys are just forming together. And who's the leader? Who's going to bring these guys together? Who's going to teach them how to be a team? It's not just let's go out and be better than them talent-wise. That's not how the game works.
And that's what I think they were lacking, bro. A true cutthroat leader. Outside of having them superstar potential guys. I mean, you even look at a guy like Brandon Ingram, who in New Orleans, he's a 26-point-a-game scorer. He's been a better facilitator. He's the focal point outside of Zion. He's the focal point of that team. He was pretty much an afterthought for Team USA to where like they couldn't play him. And I know he was probably trying to figure things out as far as like his game, the international game. It's an adjustment. But when I was looking at that game versus Germany, I'm like, USA needs scoring out there. They need size, but they need some scoring out there. And I felt like, those are situations where you can put a guy like B.I. in there. So I think the cream of the crop of this situation is they need more headliner guys. I wanted to see on this team, I wanted to see Jason Tatum. I wanted to see Devin Booker. I wanted to see a Jimmy Butler. I wanted to see a Kevin Durant or a fucking a LeBron James. I want to see Anthony Davis. I want to see those.
I kind of agree with Stephen A. I kind of agree. We spoke about this kind of off air, but I agree with Stephen A. Smith as far as Anthony Davis. I don't want to see Anthony Davis in
I heard him saying that crap this morning, man.
I don't want to see it, bro. Play a full season for the Lakers before you start worrying about something else. Stay healthy enough. Like, come on, man.
The only reason I say
you can get a guy when the Redeem team won. When the Redeem team won, didn't they have Tyson Chandler?
Yes, but I'm saying though, when Anthony Davis is healthy, he's on the floor and he's contributing. He's a top 5 big in the league easily. Now, I know it gets a little gray area with the injuries, but I mean, you got Jaren Jackson out there from the numbers I was looking at. He was giving you 2 rebounds a game. And I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, you could go out and get a guy like Bam. But what other, like, big in the league right now that you can get that really bangs down there? Our new age bigs, like, the Jaren Jacksons of the fucking world, like, they just want to shoot, and that's fine. But like, bro, there's no reason on this Team USA team that you was not averaging a double. You should have been getting 9 to 10 rebounds a game. Then you can't stay on the floor because you're in foul trouble. And I'm like, all right, like I said, outside of Bam, who the hell else that we get that's gonna let these outside? Who? Mr. Puerto Rico?
Cat, bring Cat.
Dominican Republic. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Cat.
Oh, he's not USA.
Nah, he's not. He's on the Dominican Republic team.
All right. I'm just running through because the fact that you said that had my mind moving.
Because you think like all the bigs in the league are really kind of like international players. You know, Jokic, Serbia, right? You got Sabonis is fucking. I forgot where Sabonis is at, but he's overseas somewhere. You got Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen is what? Finland. Who you gonna say?
Rudy Gobert.
France. Like France, like. We need, like, the only American big we can literally use is Anthony Davis.
Bring Mitch Robinson, bro. You just play a role, grab some rebounds, block some shots. That Tyson Chandler role.
I like him as a backup. I don't like him starting. I think he could be like a Walker Kessler that was on his team, even though Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra and Tyronn Lue and Few from fucking Gonzaga, they didn't want to use it. Mark Few, they did not want to use Walker Kessler for some reason when all the bigs at international level was damn near his size.
I can't find one
matchup situations, but
I can't.
That's
find
why I say that, man. But I'm glad we're kind of assembling our best Z fighters, man. And like I said before, good bright spots, man. Good bright spots for this team.
Quickly, bro. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but before we segue too far from the conversation. Bigs. I seen something on Instagram where they wanted to try to get Embiid. I thought Embiid wasn't. I know he got his citizenship in the USA, so all you need to do is get the citizenship and then you can play. I'm confused. Like I thought Embiid.
I think so, man. I didn't read too much on this, but from speculation wise, I would think like a guy like Embiid. What is he? What team will he play for?
I think it was. I don't want to.
He'll be on one of the African
mess up
teams,
on it.
Right?
Yeah, I thought it was like the Dominican Congo or
something like that.
I forget.
And no disrespect to those athletes out there, but if I'm Joel Embiid, I do not want to play on one of those teams if I really want to compete for gold. If I don't have what other players from right in that heart of the
Pascal
area
Siakam.
that you can rock? Siakam. I mean, a few more maybe shooting wise. We don't know. But if I'm a guy like Embiid, I would want to play for the American team. I would want to play for Team USA. But I haven't looked too much into it.
Depends on his patriotism. You know what I'm saying?
And where it's looking, man. Where it's looking.
Absolutely.
Let's shift gears a little bit, man.
Hold on.
What you gonna say?
Hold on. You seen Gilbert Arenas' video?
What did he say?
He was like, y'all messed up now. He was like, y'all couldn't do it. And LeBron's back. The kid's back. It's like, Gilbert. Gilbert know what's up. But go ahead, Brian. Want to interrupt
it thorough, man. He's like I love watching some of his takes, man. I mean, sometimes it could be a little. I look at Gil like, what you talking about?
Everybody got those takes though. I look at you like that every other episode.
Oh man, shout out Gil, man. But shifting gears a little bit, staying on the basketball subject. We had a recent signing last week, Christian Wood to the Lakers, and me and you, we talked about the Lakers heavily all throughout the season. I mean, we had a couple different Nuggets fans mad at us in the playoffs when we didn't give them their flowers for the win. We was talking about the way the Lakers lost, but this Lakers offseason has been fucking phenomenal, bro.
It has.
The pieces that, you could just tell that Rob Pelinka is, he's done slid everything on the table, but in a smart way. You didn't go out and get a one guy to try to fix all your problems and you jam yourself up. Not trying to talk about the Russell Westbrook situation. We're big Russ fans, but you seen how that move kind of set them back a little bit. But now, you got Christian Wood, you got Gabe Vincent, you got Cam Reddish, you got Jackson Hayes, you go out, you still re-sign Russell, you still re-sign Austin Reeves, you extend Anthony Davis. Bro, this team still got Jared Vanderbilt. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yo, they put all this together. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how they put things together, and we're gonna dive more into the Christian Wood signing. But real quick, bro, who are your starters? And give me a 4-man rotation. Don't gotta necessarily be 5, but give me a 4-man rotation off the bench for this Lakers team.
I think you keep your faith in D'Angelo Russell at point guard. To start the season, at least. All right, these are my starters to start the season. Austin Reeves, of course. This is where it gets tricky because Bron at the 3. Yeah, you got to go Bron. What other 3 are you really going to put in? I'm not starting Cam Reddish. Bron at the 3, Christian Wood and AD.
You starting Christian?
I think so. I mean, I know you want some scoring off the bench. It's either Christian Wood or you stick with Jared Vanderbilt for the defense. But I think whoever doesn't start is in that rotation for Jared Vanderbilt, right? Because you need some bigs. I think Gabe Vincent is definitely in the rotation. That's 2. Who I'm forgetting? Oh, Roy's definitely in the rotation. I forgot about Hachimura. He may start at the 4, maybe. I think that power forward position.
They got a lot of things that they can rotate. Because you still got Jackson Hayes too.
True. I think Jackson Hayes will be a matchup player. Depending on who they're playing, they'll use Jackson Hayes. I don't think Jackson Hayes will be the guy consistently throughout the season and especially throughout the playoffs. I think that depends on who they're playing. But Roy, I'm going to say Christian Wood starting for now.
So you Jared got Roy off the bench, Jared Vanderbilt off the bench, Gabe Vincent off the bench.
Who's backing up Austin Reeves? Who's the guards?
So you still got Christie there. You still got Christie there. Schroeder's out. Beasley's out.
Here I go.
Yeah, pull that up, bro.
Yeah, I think that's you're a little slow. They got the rookie.
You're obviously gonna have Cam over there.
Yeah, so I think Cam. Oh, Torian Prince is also there.
I forgot about that signing. Nice 3-and-D. So I think you kind of move them around.
Right.
Keesley. You move Cam Reddish and Torian Prince around based on what you need. I think if you need more scoring out there, I think you go with a guy like Cam Reddish that could get going quick. I think if you need a guy that could stretch the floor, but it's not going to be too sporadic offensively and really zoning defensively, I think you go with a guy like Torian Prince.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think Cam Reddish's development this season under LeBron, hitting some big shots, taking kind of a Lonnie Walker role. I know Cam and Lonnie are close. I know they played AAU together. But I think Cam Reddish needs to have that kind of impact. You know, like Lonnie had some games where he could provide a spark. I think Cam Reddish is going to need to do that. I think that's going to be big. Although I think Gabe
Lonnie's still there, right?
No, he's in Brooklyn.
He's in Brooklyn now. He is in Brooklyn.
Yeah. But I think that's it. I think those are the guys. Like I said, Jackson Hayes, on a matchup basis. But that's my 5. I think right now you can. The argument is really, for me, is, are you going to go Roy, Vandy, or Christian Wood? And maybe that's a matchup thing too. But give me your 5, bro.
I got the same thing you got, but I'm going with, you know what? Actually, I'm switching things up. I'm going to start Gabe Vincent.
I knew he was going to say
I'm gonna go with Gabe Vincent, just from his pedigree, and like I said, he's one of those players that's not too sporadic. He can get his within the system without hurting the team. And then Austin Reeves, I'm gonna go with Bron at the 3. I'm gonna go with Jared Vanderbilt at the 4, and I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis at the 5. And Darvin Ham could play around with these lineups a lot.
I agree.
My first guy off the bench is going to be Christian Wood, and then I'm going to rotate that with Rui Hachimura. I want D'Lo to man that second unit out there with Cam Reddish. Because I feel like D'Lo could be a little bit more free than being with guys like Austin Reeves and LeBron and giving the ball to Anthony Davis in the post. I think if you bring D'Lo off the bench, he can get out there and he could get going early. He could take those shots that he usually takes with the starting lineup, and it won't be no harm done. I think this is a great team that could finish. Like they could throw so much at you in the fourth quarter, man.
Right. And what I was about to say is a interesting, which I don't know how often they'll do it, but an interesting thought and concept is resting LeBron and AD at the same time. I know that they tried not to do that and keep one of the stars on the floor, but if LeBron and AD rest, you can really go Christian Wood at center. You can go Roy or Jared Vanderbilt at the four. And the NBA is dependent on matchups, of course, but it's, big men aren't dominating the league nowadays. So you can probably go 3 guards. You can go Gabe. It leaves you no one to come in, from off the bench like that. But you could go Gabe, D'Angelo, and Austin Reeves. And I think you could be in the game and let LeBron and AD get some rest and come back in, and then maybe bring in a Max Christie for a little bit while Gabe Vincent or D'Angelo wants to get some breather.
They got your man too that you was high on. Who's the rookie?
Jalen Hood, Shafino.
So we'll see. I think Darvin Ham is gonna put this together well. I want to ask you too, bro, before we continue to trail on. What is your expectations for Christian Wood, and how would you use him? How would you use him if you was Darvin
Ham? I don't think you try to change his game too much, right? Maybe the shot selection isn't going to be as high as it was, when he was in Houston. His role won't be the same as it was in Dallas, but I would allow him to play freely to a certain extent. He does shoot the 3 ball efficiently and pretty well, so I think that's a big plus for this team, right? With LeBron, I know he struggled to shoot 3. And one of the things I want to touch on, I'm going to continue with this Christian Wood take, is I think LeBron exerted so much energy last year trying to chase that record. Remember during his birthday, he went through that crazy stretch where he was averaging like 30-something, and it was like, sheesh. I think he exerted so much energy trying to get that record that we seen him gassed in the playoffs. Like, I think he realized, I can't do that at this age, right? LeBron is still defying all odds, but Father Time is still still alive. So I think it'll be pivotal and very vital for this Lakers team to allow LeBron to cruise throughout the playoffs. You need to do that. Cruise, do what you can do, 24, you know what I mean, and take some nights off and not try to go for 30. I think he was averaging like 35, 30. It was crazy. But on Christian Woods, I think you allow him to be himself, right? Especially if LeBron's, taking some rest and not being on. Anthony Davis still has to be the number 1 guy. But if Christian Woods can come in and provide you with averaging 13, 12 as a 4th option, I think that's big. I want him to crash the boards. I know the Lakers struggled with that a little bit, especially against the Nuggets in that Western Conference Finals. So I want him to bang a little bit, crash some boards. If he can give me 12.5 points and 7 boards, I think that's perfect. Hit some threes. Don't get too crazy with the threes. But I think everything else will fall in place, bro. I think he fits pretty well in his system.
Fits perfectly with them, and I know Darvin Ham is going to utilize him in the right way, man. And I keep throwing this out there, man. It's so much you can do in the fourth quarter with this squad. You could have Bron at the fucking 1 and have him paired out there with fucking Austin Reeves and Cam Reddish, and then you could have fucking Christian Wood and fucking Anthony Davis out there. You can go super big. Keep Bron at the 1. You playing against the Warriors. Have Jared Vanderbilt out there chasing Curry at the 2.
That was bothering me. Go ahead, my fault. My OCD kicked in.
No, I know we talking about Bron, but damn, son, damn. But I'm excited, man. A huge A+ for the Rob Pelinka and this Lakers organization in this season.
You ready? I'm ending the episode with a bang. Can they win the championship?
Yes.
Agreed. I didn't think I was gonna get a yes. Agreed, bro. I agree.
I think they actually have the pieces, the depth. And then you look at what you're bringing back already. Like that core is kind of intact, and the foundational pieces on the side, we call them the role players. That they're bought in, man. Like you look at a guy like, and they've been paid. Like Rui and Austin, they earned their money last year. Like they earned that shit. So
absolutely, and two things. I agree. I think the Lakers can win a championship this year, and I might even throw some money on the future. But we'll talk about that for our NBA bets when that comes. But I think you're right. I think Austin Reeves, and you mentioned this, and I'm stealing this from you, but his play in USA, just playing for that team, that experience, I think will take his game to another level, and we'll see another leap. Maybe not as gigantic as we've seen in recent years, right? Because he went from a guy that people didn't really know about to this guy that's in the national media. But I think he'll take another step on the basketball floor, and that'll be huge for this Lakers team. Another thing is, we always talk about LeBron as the greatest player we've ever seen, especially in our generation, but he's the greatest leader in our generation. Name us a leader that can lead like him. So I think a lot of these role players coming in, I think LeBron will be able to get them on the right page, let them understand the goal, figure it out through the beginning of the season like, they usually do. And I think this team will be rolling, and I think seeding will be a little important, not too important. But matchups definitely matter, right? Save Phoenix and Denver, let them, beat each other up like it happened this year, and then see them in the Western Conference Finals.
That's it, man. I agree, man. Shout out Lakers, man. Shout out the Lakers.
Bron get 5 of them.